rising, my melanated people. You are God's people. You are wonderful people. You are people that are destined to great things, even though you are where you are now. Don't worry about it. You are going to come out and come out on top. I wanted to talk to you today about a post that a guy I've known for some time, friend, who has, who woke up, I guess, kind of around the same time I did, maybe a little bit earlier. And he made a post that, and I want to make sure I got it right. I started to bring it out with my notes, but I didn't. It went something like, everybody in church ain't good, everybody in jail ain't bad, and everybody in your face ain't your friend. And so kudos to you, Noble Tamik Brown, for putting that out there for people to see, because that's good information and good advice. And the truth behind it is that we always assume that people in the church are good people. I've been in the church since I was in the church, from the time I was born till my mid-50s, okay? I've only been awake 3 years, but studying and working hard. And some of my worst hurt happened in the church. Just no need for it, no reason for it, just mean and low downness. You know, so there are some bad people in the church. Now, there's some good people too. I'm not saying that they're all bad. Everybody in the church is bad. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying when you out on the street, you know that Pookie steal. So you're going to try to, to stay away from him. When you out on the street, you know that baby brother can't be trusted with your girl. So you know not to leave alone with it. These are the type things that you don't expect to find in the church. But they're there. They're there. And they're there in great numbers. So everybody in the church ain't good. And that's just a fact. But we assume that they are, and we treat them like they are. And then we treat everybody in jail like they're bad. Some people just made a bad mistake. I've used to do some classes at the jail here in town, and met some very nice people, very nice guys. You know, just made a bad mistake. They weren't bad people. Got some bad breaks. Had a bad life. Had a bad childhood. Still dealing with some things. The chakras were unbalanced. But some of them were coming around and healing and doing well with time spent there. So they're not all bad people, but we look down on them. And that's something that we as human beings have stopped doing, looking down on people and judging people. It could have happened to us. Could have been us. You know, could have been. So no, everybody in jail is not bad. Now this is the kicker here. Everybody in your face ain't your friend. No, they're not. And when you go through something like an enlightenment, you find out who your real friends are. Or people just wander away. You remember Carlton Pearson? He was friend with Paul Martin, Hezekiah Walker. You know, I think Hezekiah Walker was still alive at the time. Yeah, he was. Hezekiah Walker. All of these great preachers and pastors and Christian ministers and singers, he was friends with them. And when he started to deviate just a little bit, wasn't friends no more. He was Carlton Pearson heretic. He was Carlton Pearson need to be kicked out of the church. He lost everything. Everything. And I know about this story because when I was in Christianity in church, I used to listen to his music all the time. Those Zuzu albums and everything he put out, I listened to them. And they were great. But he was reduced down to nothing. He lost the Zuzu, that land out there, the big multi-million-dollar church. He lost all of that and was reduced to nowhere to deliver his message, his new message. But a couple of lesbian ministers, I think they were lesbians, they had a gay ministry, and they loaned him their church in the evenings for his service when they were through with it in the morning. And so, man, you never know where your compassion gonna come from, you know. Yeah, it wasn't the people he had been hanging around with and his pals and his buddies that helped him out. It was the people he had been preaching against that helped him out. So sometimes that's the way it is. No, everybody ain't your friend. And as I was fixing to say, when I woke up, you know, all I had left was probably 3 people I can call friends out of many. There are 3 people I can call friends. One I talk to pretty much every day. She just called here a few minutes ago while I was doing this video. I'm gonna call them back when I get through. And you know, it's something else. And it's not even 3, it's 2. 2 friends that I can call friends. You know, so everybody in your face is not concerned about you. And that's because we don't define friendship as what friendship should be. We think that we need a lot of friends, and we think that the more friends we have, the more popular we are, the better off we are emotionally. And that's not true. And a lot of us want a lot of friends, and I think that was probably part of my problem because I couldn't stand to be alone with my inner thoughts. Couldn't stand to spend time with me. But now that I meditate, I'm on this spiritual thing, I spend time with me because all the thing I'm concerned about right now is me. How I can change me. I'm not worried about changing that next fella. And what his behavior is. That's between him and God. Got nothing to do with me. I'm only worried about how I treat you and can I become a better person? Can I treat you better? Can I do better with these things? You know. Now, with that being said, a lot of times people get things misconstrued. Because I do have the right to drop you. I am concerned about you. I care about you. But if you keep bringing me negative energy, I got to cut you loose. You know, let's say we had some issues. And if I come to you and I apologize to you as a friend and I say, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to hurt you. I had no idea going on. And then you still want to rehash that over and over again after I've apologized for it, then I got to cut you loose because you keep bringing me negative energy. You're stuck in a negative loop and you're going around and around negative and you enjoy negativity and I can feel that negative energy around you and I can't be around it. And that's another thing that happens with enlightenment. You start to feel negative energy. My wife talks to me about it all the time. You know, I can walk in the room and I can feel that negative energy that's going on. It can come from a TV show. A lot of times I'll change channels or something, or she'll be watching something and I'll get up and leave the room. She said, why you leave? Because I feel that negative energy. Especially those shows, those housewives, all of that crap. Negative energy, man. You just sitting there absorbing negative energy. People yelling, cussing, fussing, and all that energy they are projecting out is coming to you. And you wonder why you're anxious, why you can't sit still, why you're sitting there worried. All of these things people are worrying about, you know, because they watch these shows. And you can't convince them, can't believe them, you know. But I don't watch them. You know, if it's negative, and even strolling the internet, I can see and feel pain. Feel people's pain. So some pictures I don't want to look at, I don't want to see because I can feel that pain, I can tell something is going on that I don't know anything about. I don't need to be a part of that. So let's recap. Everybody in church is not good. Everybody in jail is not bad. And everybody in your face is not your friend. And you better believe that last one. If you don't believe none of the rest, you better believe that last one, okay? So protect your energy and be blessed, my melanated people. Remember, you're God's people and God loves you and he put you here for a special reason to enjoy nature, and everything you need God has put here for you in abundance. Be blessed, my melanated people.